This is 96 pounds of old phones, smartphones, everything under the sun, including some old school GPSs and some random pairs of glasses. Today, we're gonna go through these phones, do a quick overview of every one of these things, just kind of check out what I bought today. I paid about $500 for all of this, which I think was a smoking deal. And we're just gonna take a look at the models, see if I got anything cool. Just looking at it, I can already tell I got some sweet old school phones, and see if we can find the old school Nokia 3310. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. This is gonna be a long video just trying to check out every single one of these phones. So first things first, I think I need to put this box on the ground so we can actually take a look at the phones that are in here. I already pulled my neck muscle. Okay, the very first phone we're gonna check out is one of my favorites. It was right on top of the stack, a Palm Trio. Now, which Palm Trio is this? That's the real question here. Oh, the battery is swollen. This battery is so bulged out. Hopefully you guys can see that there. It's got the stylus in there, doesn't it? Yeah, look at that. The stylus is only partially coming out of the battery door. SD card slot on this thing. Anyway, this is a Trio 680. So that'll be a pretty cool phone to dig into. I might have to buy some batteries for a few of these. The next one, another absolute favorite. These are actually a little bit more of PDAs than phones. Compact iPac. And there's an SD card in this one. 2 gigs. Check that out. Lexar Platinum. And which iPac is this? That is the real question here. Man, what a huge battery pack. This is the iPac Z125. So Windows Mobile on there, probably Windows Mobile 6 or something like that. Flip open cover. iPac. Good old Windows Mobile. What a gem it was, being able to open Word documents on the road. So a huge regression from those very smart early smartphones there. This is a 1.3 megapixel camera on this LG here. This is an LG that was on Verizon, and it is the UVX 8100. So that's interesting. It's turned a little bit sticky. It just has some sticky stuff on it. It's got side speakers for playing music, mini SD card slot. This thing's it was probably pretty awesome back in the day. Remember mini SD? We're going to talk about mini SD a lot, but you really don't see mini SD on anything anymore. It looks like we've got an old feature phone here with a keyboard. It's very dirty. The back will pop off of this thing. It's a ZTE, okay. That's why it's interesting. A T-Mobile Aspect, or the ZTE F555. Battery still looks like it's in good shape. I'm sure it'll fire right up when it's time to get this phone running. Micro USB on there. Interesting. All right, what's up next? Let's find something cool here. The rugged Casio flip phone. Everybody was excited about this when they came out, I think. Everybody in the construction trades, all of those businesses. This is the Casio GZ1. It's very sticky. Most of these phones are, just from their age. They had rubberized coatings on them, and the rubberized coatings have turned to, that sticky Ferrari button thing, when the Ferrari buttons fail. This has a JN Skinnet sticker on the back. And the battery should pop off, but it looks like the battery cover is broken. So the release for the battery cover there. Here we go, an absolute classic Sprint PCS. This is the Samsung Dual, I think. That's what it says on it. Probably for dual speaker in reality, but let's see what the model of this thing was. How do you release the battery? Push in and slide? Push in. The push in part worked. Man, everyone's mom had this phone back in the day with that leather case, that gross leather case that had those little, just little flingy leather things that would support this. And I mean, it was just so cool to have this back in the day, but they were always gross. There went the battery, finally came off. Portable dual band phone, SCH 3500, that's what this thing is. Extendable antenna. I can't wait to dig into this phone. I haven't seen one of these in years. Ooh, another good one, although this one has some LCD damage. This is the Ericsson T19LX. It was on AT&T. Built-in belt clip. What a feature. And let's see how the battery slides off like so. I mean, we already know the model number there. Yep. Interesting. You can see right into the cells on it. It's basically just 4 rechargeable AAAs running this thing. And there's no easy way to get them out. You couldn't like emergency switch to normal AAAs, but that was definitely a phone that I remember never really got to use. All right, what's up next here? A little Kyocera smartphone. This looks like something that runs Android. It's got a lock and an open switch on the back there. Kyocera standard lithium-ion battery. And this is the C5170. Looks like it's got micro SIM, camera section there. It's got a flash, got a flashlight, all that good stuff. Micro USB, I'm sure, and it sure is. Man, pulling out smartphone after smartphone. I can't wait to start seeing which ones work and which ones don't. Oh, I think we just pulled out a slider. AT&T Pantech. Ooh, what a cool compact slider. I kind of want to clean this up right now. It's covered in dirt, just absolutely covered in dirt. But this is a cool old slider for the cheap side of the market there. It's got a little heart sticker on it, probably a girl's phone, kid's phone, something like that. Still has a SIM in it. Looks like a standard SIM, which is interesting. Pantech made a lot of devices for kids, especially ones that were made for like adults to track their kids and stuff like that. So this is a P9020. P9020 Pantech right there. 2 megapixel camera. Smartphone after smartphone. I'm going for the old school phones here. Let's pull out some semi old school phone. This looks like a Blackberry Pearl. Blackberry Pearl in pink. A pink Blackberry Pearl with the rubber case. It's been a while since I've had one of these in my hands, that's for sure. How do you pop that cover off? I think you push in on the button and pull, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's a slide. Maybe you just don't open it at all. But that's definitely a pink Verizon Blackberry Pearl, and I'm sure it'll fire up because Blackberries just don't die. I've got one over here that's been on standby for probably 2 weeks now, and it's still not dead. Old school too. So, good old Blackberry Pearl. Cool phones. This is just a boring old flip phone. This is a Verizon LG something feature phone your dad, your grandpa would use. Feature phone your grandpa would use. Huge buttons, huge screen. Got a little battery release here. I don't know how the battery cover comes off of that thing, but that's a, you know, I don't know, probably only a 7 or 8 year old phone there. We've got the AT&T LG slider here with a 2 megapixel camera on the back. This is a cool phone. I have a perfect version of this here as well. So this is a new one that's mine. The other one was borrowed, and I'm excited to fire that up because I'm sure it'll work just like the other one does. Rock solid old phones. Time for another feature phone, a little flip phone here from Samsung on Verizon. It has media transport controls right on the front and an external speaker, camera sticking out of the front of the flip there. That is actually probably a pretty solid old feature phone there. It still sounds cool. We've got a little lock, unlock. Just a very satisfying flip open and close. This is the SCHU660. And I can't tell, micro SIM on there. So that was probably a solid little phone. External little speaker button, headphone jack. This thing was one of those media consumption feature phones. So did basically everything you wanted except be a smartphone. All right, what do we have here? Some Motorola action. This will be good. This looks like a kind of a late V60, something like that. One of the full color ones. This thing's pretty early flip phone there. Bluetooth, ooh, built-in Bluetooth. And it's got the Motorola BT60 battery. I think that's about the same battery the Razr used, close to it. Yep, what's the model? V195. Full color screen, all kinds of cool stuff. This is another AT&T flip phone here. AT&T and no other brand. Man, they didn't even want to put their own brand on the exterior of this thing, which means it's probably like a ZTE or some phone that you really don't want. It's a ZTE, as you would expect. So only AT&T on the outside, and it's a Z223. You know you're down bad as a cell phone manufacturer when you don't even put your own logo on the phone. You're like, you can have it, carrier. This is your phone. We don't want our name associated with that. Smartphone. What do we have here? A Nokia Windows phone. It's got a Windows button right there. Cool. What is this? Carl Zeiss lens. 4G. I don't know what the Nokia line really was because I was done with Windows at that point. Oh, the battery's missing. Sad day. But this is the Nokia 822. Hopefully we can find a battery for this thing because I definitely want to fire that up and use it. This was like the Windows Phone OS, not just Windows Mobile. It was pretty cool. Uh-oh, we've got another cool one here. Ooh, this is a Blackberry slider. Wow, so this one's pretty far into the Blackberry evolution here. It's got like a snap-on case. It's a casemate case. Okay. What was this phone? I don't remember what this is called at all. Connect me. A Blackberry Torch. Wow, it's in really, really good shape too. Excellent condition, actually. Good job taking care of that. Whoever owned this torch, I cannot wait to get in there and fire this thing up. So that's going to be a really sweet phone. We'll go back to a very boring feature phone here. This is a Samsung on US Cellular, and I don't know what it is, but it's boring. SCHR 3300. So, red, good looking color. It's like a matte satin red on the outside. Everybody remembers these phones. They were all like 99 cents if you would sign the old 2-year contract. Here's something really cool, but it's nasty. Absolutely nasty. It's just covered in gross, sticky stuff. This is the same phone that we pulled out earlier, actually. The exact same phone, and I hate to even keep it in my hands. I hate to even put it on this phone because they're going to stick together. That one's going to need to go in the trash, which is unfortunate, but it'll give us an extra BT60 battery. Oh, look at this. We've got a pair. We're finding just phone after phone of the exact same phone. I hope I have a charger for these somewhere. So these are some LGs on Virgin Mobile, and they are the LG LX165. So we got 2 of these. Always cool to have some duplicates in there. Here's a good one for you guys. An old school Nokia in one of those gross old leather cases. It's just because it's ruined, but that's probably a pretty solid old phone here. This is the Nokia NHA5NA. Oh, no. 918 Plus. There are so many batteries in here. I'm reaching to pull out phones and finding stacks of batteries. Motorola BT50, the thinner BT60. What do we have here? This is an LG, oh no, this is an HTC. An HTC slider. Kind of a, little scroll dial on there. And it kind of looks like a chocolate based on the colors, but it's not a chocolate, whatever it is. Let's see how it opens up. However it opens up, it's gonna break. It's already trying to come apart on me there. It's a HTC Shadow. Ooh. HTC Shadow. We're gonna have to take a break to clean the desk. There's so much dirt coming out of these phones. These are gonna be so crispy once I get them out and cleaned up. I am excited. Is this an iPhone? Look at that, we're pulling out iPhones. This thing's beat. Battery swelled, screen's coming out. It's an old home button iPhone. Let's see, A1532, that's what this is. It looks like a XR or something like that. One of the super cheap iPhones. Headphone jack still on it. So old. Here we go. We've got a Sprint TP2100 Dual. This was a Sprint PCS Touchpoint phone. Man, the font on this thing is like the Kawasaki jet ski font, like what you'd find on every old Wave Runner and jet ski. Yep, TP2100. That's a throwback right there. Perfect to sit beside that old AT&T Ericsson. Broken Samsung something. Looks like a Galaxy. This is an SMG 550 Ti. I don't know what that is. It may not have been in the Galaxy range, but some kind of Android Samsung smartphone that unfortunately has a broken screen. Here's some more broken screen Samsung phones. Galaxy S2, 8 megapixel, a very cracked screen, and of course, not worth fixing. Let's pull out something that might be another broken screen on a Galaxy E5. So we are really killing it on the broken Samsungs here. I bet there's more. Here's a Nokia, another Nokia Windows phone. Awesome. It's actually the exact same phone, I think. Close. And if not close, exact. It is the exact same phone, yeah. It does have the same Carl Zeiss back on it, 8 megapixel autofocus, cool flashlight, 4G LTE. I mean, a phone that I could put a SIM in and use right now if I wanted to. It would obviously activate, and it's on Verizon's network. Some Verizon LG battery, very swollen. Some of these are swelling to the point that they pop off the phones in this tote where they've been living. Here's a Samsung R500 battery that's not swollen. All right, a $5 flip phone apparently. This was a Samsung on Sprint, and what were you? What would they call this phone? The Samsung SPH M300. Portable dual band tri-mode phone. I bet that was a nice simple phone for somebody that wanted a nice simple phone back in the day. Ooh, a not phone. Canon PowerShot ELPH SD750. If you don't know the PowerShot range, get ready to get very excited about this. I've had a lot of these 790s. These cameras rock. I think I've had almost every generation, and it was definitely one of the coolest digital cameras there really ever was. So we're gonna set that aside, obviously, because it's not a phone, but it is sweet. Here we have some crazy Samsung Sprint slider. Who knows what it runs? Maybe Android, maybe some kind of custom OS. Looks like you slide up to pull the battery, and we'll figure out what this thing is. It is an SPH M560. So interesting, a very interesting phone, I'll tell you that. Micro SD slot. Yeah, cool little sliding action. I would check it out. Another dirty Samsung Galaxy that doesn't appear to be broken this time. Who knows if it actually is? It was on Cricket. Galaxy Amp Prime phone lens is broken there, at least the outer plastic piece, but hey, a working Android phone, possibly. Maybe we'll just put that in the Samsung stack that just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. What do we have here? Something blue, T-Mobile. Again, fully unbranded, nice keypad, kind of the laser cut. Looks like, kind of feels like aluminum. Not bad, not bad. What are you? It's probably a ZTE if I had to guess, because that no brand. Alcatel, swollen battery. It's an T-Mobile 768, one touch. So if that has a touchscreen in it, I'll be pretty impressed. That'd be a pretty cool feature for a phone like this. Dedicated camera button on the side. USB, what is the USB port? Micro, cool. I'll take it. What is up next? This will never end. Honestly, I think I could keep pulling phones out of this box for like multiple hours. We are literally just scratching the surface of this box here. This is another phone that we already have out. Where'd you go? Ah, here it is. That weird Verizon LG that I don't know what the model is or how to get the cover off, because it doesn't have a really easy way to get the cover off. It's got a button here and it doesn't do anything. We'll just file that under mystery Verizon LG phone that's very long when it's open. Sprint LG, looks like it's Android, and looks like it's a slider with a keyboard, and it is. It is a slider with a keyboard. Very cool. LN272. So that should be, it's either a feature phone or a small Android phone that was priced well. So, cool little slide open keyboard there. Let's find another one. Just so many sweet smartphones. Here's some good ones. We'll pull out both of these at once. So, your mom probably had one of these. I know my mom had at least this one. So, this is a singular Nokia, one of the Nokia 3000 series, I think. The most durable phones in existence, as we know. Pop the battery out, figure out what the model number is, if the battery will come out. There you go. And 3560, there we go. It's a 3560. And these are the same battery? They sure are. And this one is on AT&T, and it is a 6010. Full size SIM in there, of course. Great phones. Probably color screens. This one's a color screen for sure with a blue backlight. I can't wait to fire that old thing up and enjoy whatever it was by then. Snake 2, Snake 3. All the cool stuff on the old Nokias. An anomaly in the box. We've got an LG MKJ3699810. It's a TV remote. It makes no sense, but it got thrown in there because it was electronic. So we'll just slide that to the side. We don't care about that pile. Another one we don't care about at the moment, a Garmin Nuvi, whatever this is, 700 or something, 1450. Garmin Nuvi 1450. We've got actually quite a few GPS between the totes. The other tote has more stuff, like more strange stuff like GPSs. Here we go, a cool thin flip phone. This is a Sprint Sanyo. Got that nice, that positive click when it opens up. Qualcomm chip, 3G, CDMA, and to get the battery out, just pop that, and it's a Katana 2. The Katana 2 because of the sound. Anyway, it seems like it still works really well after all these years. Here's something completely random that I don't think is a phone. I'm pretty sure this is an MP3 player, MP4 player. iView something MP4. Yeah, this is definitely like a video and music player. It's supposed to have a micro mini SD in there, 8 gigs of internal storage, says right on the back. This thing's rough. It's had a much better years, and now it's sat and just kind of degraded into nothing. But we'll check that out. We'll put it aside for now. We won't put it in the phone stash. Ooh, a very broken Blackberry Pearl or Touch or something like that. It was on AT&T, and unfortunately it's been gutted. So something happened to the scroll wheel or whatever is the actual control device for that Blackberry. We're just gonna ditch that one. Samsung, broken screen, some type of Android phone, so we'll just put it in the stash. Another Nokia. Yeah, we've got the cheap cover on this Nokia. So it's a really bad cover. These covers never fit well. That was the whole thing. Go to the mall and buy them all up, and you're so pumped about having your sweet cover. This is a 3390B, probably a really solid phone. I'm just not a fan of that cover. That ain't it. What's up next is another MP3 player, SanDisk Sansa. We'll put that aside. I cannot wait to actually get into this thing and check it out. That'll be cool if I have a charger. It uses a very proprietary charger from what I'm seeing, and it's very broken. It looks like it's a very broken charge port. Another classic. We actually have more of these here in better condition to review, but a Motorola razr. As you guys know, that's a V3 something on a BZ60 battery, and it is V3A. Okay, cool. V3A in pink. It was on Alcatel. I'm sure it works great. These things just never quit working. Here's something cool, a Motorola slider powered by Google with Google on Verizon, 5 megapixel autofocus camera. I think this was a Droid. I don't actually know what this one was, but I am excited to fire it up and find out. So it seems really solid. It seems like it's probably gonna run just fine, and that will be cool to see for sure. We have here another Nokia, it looks like. Oh no, a Sprint Sanyo, way older than I was thinking. An old school Sprint Sanyo RL4920 on a proprietary charger. I hope I can find chargers for all these. Extendable antenna, headphone jack, headset jack that is. 2.5 millimeter there. Color screen, I would assume. And just a nice, simple phone right there. What's up next? We've got a tracfone. This is a Samsung tracfone, something super simple. This is a used item, sold as is. Slide down to release, built by Samsung, and it's an SGH T105G. So we'll dig into that more one of these days once I find a charger that fits this. It's the proprietary Samsung charger there. Really cool phone, one that I'm sure I wanted back in the day. This is a Sony Ericsson on AT&T, but it's one of the Walkman ones. If you see the Walkman logo on the back, you know that it's one of their music playing phones, media transport controls on the front, all kinds of speaker grill looking things on it, and it should have a headphone jack. Did they really not give you a headphone jack? Wow, you got cheated with this phone. Walkman branding all over the place, a Walkman button, dedicated, memory stick, M2, no memory stick in there. Unfortunately, that means we probably won't be able to get music onto this thing. And you know it doesn't have Wi-Fi. Battery's missing, and it's a W760A. SIM card's not in there. That thing was actually stripped down, but if we can make this thing come back to life, I bet it's a cool music experience. The problem is, we're not going to find headphones for that. Another old school Sprint phone here. This is a CDM 9155SP. 4-way D-pad on there. Clear buttons that light up. 2.5mm headphone jack, headset jack, and some proprietary charger that probably doesn't exist anymore. A lithium battery. It's not that old. Not that old. We got some phones in here that are still on NiCads. Here we go, an old Siemens that was on Singular. I remember when these came out. Just a basic phone, no color display. It's got a lithium battery, so it's got something going for it. It still has the Singular SIM card in there. It's a Siemens A56, and it's just the simplest of little phones if you didn't need to do anything but send T9 SMS and have a phone book, basically. So that'll be cool to actually dig into. Here we go. Check this out. Is this the first iPhone? Did I just hit the lottery? What is the, it's so dirty. It's so dirty. A1241, 8 gig. I mean, it says 8 gigs, so I'm pretty sure that was the first iPhone. That is incredibly exciting. Look how small it is. I mean, the new iPhone's like, it's so small. Here's a, we'll hold it up beside this, whatever Galaxy that is. Is that not insane how far we've come? But I think that's the first iPhone. 30-pin dock connector on there. Oh, check it out. Another one. This must be a 3G or something. It says 32 gigs. And it's an A1303. Headphone jack. This one has a headphone jack too. Yeah. So this is probably an iPhone 3G. It's about the same. I mean, same form factor. They didn't change much. It's in white. That's cool too. That is cool. Wow, what a jackpot of awesome phones. Never go wrong with an iPhone. Another Samsung here. 2-megapixel camera on this thing. What are you? I remember it has like a spinning, yeah, there you go. You could navigate with the spinny wheel. There's a home button on there. I feel like it ran Windows, but it may have been a custom OS phone. If we can get this battery out of here, we can find out. So this is one of those batteries that really wants to fight coming out. This is an SGH1617, and it's a huge battery. Gigantic battery on this thing. So it's smart, feature, I don't know, somewhere in there. It's some kind of blend of the two. And yeah, it's a 4-way navigator and a spinny wheel like the kind of the chocolate or something like that. Chocolate had the dual purpose. Headphone jack under there. Oh, multi-purpose connector under there. This is cool. If I can fire this up, it's probably got all the memories. Okay, this one's an iPod. It doesn't count. So there's an iPod with some kind of slim 8 gig touch, iPod touch, that's what that would be. It's been a while since I've seen any of these things. And here's another one. I can see it peeking out. This is an iPhone A1387. Screen looks like it's intact. It's got a screen protector on it even. And this would be an iPhone 4 or something like that. So pretty pumped. That thing will probably fire up too. I just have to go find a dock connector and not ruin these by setting them on each other. Hopefully they don't get hurt. 80 gig iPod. Just pulled that out of there. We'll put it over here in the iPod pile, not in the phone pile. What's this? iPhone like 6, something like that. It's a A1533. It's got a ton of wear on it, but it probably works. We'll put that in the iPhone pile there. Pulling out a big boy. What is this? A Plus. It's got the bend in it. Classic bend. Nice. So, these things don't handle a lot of weight being on them, and it was pretty far down in the pile here. Like the box of phones is still full, but this was down on the side. It probably ruined it, honestly. Might bend back. You never know. And it's A1522, so gigantic iPhone, whatever you are. Very bent. I think we could keep going on the iPhones for a while, but here's another broken Galaxy. Don't know what you are. Textured back. We've got one of these in that pile already. I think it's maybe the exact same as this one. It is the exact same as that one. So one black and one white. What do we have here? Some kind of smart Android cheap. Yeah, ZTE. That checks out. It felt cheap. You can tell the cheap phones as soon as you pick them up. They're not built the there's a reason they're dirt cheap when you buy them. And the battery cover doesn't want to come off very easily either. Because they're embarrassed about what's inside. Cheap stuff. Instead of that Samsung Apple stuff. ZTE N817, no battery. So weird, they didn't even bother like running the buttons. Normally, the buttons pass through from the cover. What an odd phone. ZTE, you're always here to intrigue us with your how cheap can we build a phone weirdness. Back to the flips. Here's a cool flip. A little LG on tracfone, and it is the LG. Okay, I thought I was going to tell you. ZNF B460. All right. Just the usual ZNF B460. You guys, everybody knows that phone. What a classic. Obviously, kidding about that. Here's another broken Samsung. It looks Alcatel. A broken Alcatel. A very broken Alcatel. So we'll just go ahead and make that one its own stack there. Another broken Samsung. You can tell from miles away. A nice one too. Galaxy S4. That's probably one of the newest ones I've pulled out, I would guess. And here's something interesting. Back to something interesting. So a Sprint Kyocera ruggedized, a very, very ruggedized, nice grippy exterior. It looks like a color screen, nice flip, 3 megapixel camera, Sprint direct connects to the walkie-talkie, locking battery cover. I don't even know if we can unlock this battery cover. It's so full of junk. Will it come off now? Okay, it's got a pull tab here for the battery to get that thing out. And it's a E4277. They pulled the SIM. It was on Sprint though. It probably didn't even have a SIM. Mobilecom certified Dura XT. And it has a sealed battery cover too to keep the water out. Pretty cool. That is a ruggedized phone. Hopefully we can fire the thing up. What's it charged with? Something proprietary. USB. Well, thank you for that one, Kyocera. Yeah, that's awesome. A Samsung flip phone here, full color, probably the old 65,000 color display on Alcatel. I don't think we pulled one of these out of here, but it looks pretty familiar. Tough to say. We got a lot of phones. We'll just put that one away. The battery didn't want to come out, and it's not worth the time to actually continue pulling it out. Here's another Samsung. Slider, a partial slider. So this was on T-Mobile, and micro SD slot, no card in there, 1.3 megapixel camera, a battery that may or may not come off because it's super swollen, just like the same battery as that last phone actually. So we should have plenty of these batteries. And the model's an SGH-T629. Let's go ahead and put the old swollen battery back in there. Obviously none of these are gonna like blow up because they've been sitting like this in storage for years. So anyway, cool little color slider. And we are running out of counter space fast. A little Nokia tracfone. I think pretty much everyone knows this phone. Tracfone sold these in every grocery store. Tons of people had them. It looks like it's got a flashlight on top there. I think my grandma had one of these. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody might have had one of these at one point. The model 2126 Nokia. Not nearly as tough as the 3000 series, but still, you could like chuck this out a 2-story window right now and it would still be fine. Another gigantic smartphone. What on earth? I just pulled a Note 8 out of this box. Unfortunately, it's super broken. I have never owned a Note. These things are huge. I mean, everyone says it's a tablet. S Pen's still in there. Yeah. S Pen's not supposed to stick in there, is it? At least it still comes out. Yeah, that's pretty nasty, but a broken Note 8, put it in the Samsung pile. A tracfone smartphone, Alcatel One Touch. We haven't pulled out one of these yet, but it's definitely interesting. I guess this should have gone in the iPhone pile to make room for more phones like this. So we'll actually go ahead and do exactly that. And with that, we found another iPhone. This is an iPhone S. Lightning. Cool. So, what is this, like a 10, 9, something like that? I I don't remember the S's. So another OG, like a 4 or something like that, 4 or 5, A1387. It looks like it's in really good shape. Some scratching on the screen, but it's not broken. 30-pin dock connector, so that puts it back into kind of the range that I was thinking. In the 4 zone, a little LG flip phone here. I think we've maybe pulled one of these out. Honestly, the feature phones and flip phones all start to look exactly the same after you pulled out like 50 of them. This is an LG VN150S. Maybe we haven't pulled out one of those, but it sure seems familiar. Something custom. Here we go. Oh yeah, this has a skin on it. It's got an anime skin on it or something. And LG that's on AT&T. Pop out the battery here. And it's a CE10. That's got to be the model. Probably the lowest end phone LG made for like the super cheap color flip phone. Pennies on the dollar for something like that. Let's try to make a little bit of room here. I know it doesn't make sense anymore, but it's just too many phones. Here's another good one. I'm getting pumped. I haven't even seen this yet. And it's a letdown. It's not one of the Walkmans. This is a Sony Ericsson flip phone that was on T-Mobile. Cool looking design. Nice flip, you know. Pop the battery off here and see what it actually is. It's a TM506 apparently, and it looks like it was prepaid Star SIM, so I think that's the SIM that TracFone uses. T-Mobile though, interesting. You think it would have a T-Mobile SIM in there? Somebody probably bought that and put it on prepaid. It probably works if we can just get a hold of that charger. Pretty colors, check it out. A two-way. We've got a LG that was on Alcatel with a standard keypad on the front for phone dialing, T9 texting, and if you need to text for real, boom, full keyboard. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what she is here. Yeah, it pops right open because the battery's swollen. Ooh, super swollen on that one. And it's an AX260PUR. I think the PUR stands for purple because it is very purple and it's kind of a cool looking color. Another Alcatel tracfone. We have one of these out here. I just don't know where it is. But it's another Android phone. And it looks like we've got another one right here. Tracfone, ZTE, maybe Android, maybe not. It looks like it has the illuminated back and menu buttons there. We'll have to dig into that more. We'll just make a TracFone Smart Stack there. And speaking of the TracFone Smart Stack, this is another ZTE that was on Cricket. Has weird damage around the edges, like water damage or heat, something like that. Definitely an Android phone, cheap, ZTE, Cricket. It's a phone. LG Android phone with cats. And up and down buttons on the back, broken screen, of course, so we'll just add that to the broken phone stack there. Another ZTE that, yep, same phone, Cricket ZTE. We can just match those up. A Blackberry. Ooh, very rough, but it looks like it's another, what is this? How was there a Blackberry with no keyboard? I know they've got some now, but interesting. I have used this once because I remember the screen pushes in wherever it was supposed to be like a tactile deal. It's broken there, like really broken there, but great over here. This is some type of Blackberry OS, kind of like a torch, but with no keyboard sort of thing. Just all around weird phone. And I'm excited to use that if it'll run. Thing is, it's probably trash. Another one of our Samsung spinny wheel phones on AT&T. Go ahead and stack that into the pile for those. More gold, more gold, more gold. A Motorola StarTAC. The battery has broken into pieces on this thing. Unfortunately, I put it back together. This had an Asurion warranty on it. They got the Asurion tag, a water damage indicator in there from 2003. The classic Motorola StarTAC. Boom! And this is the dual band one, SMS, all kinds of sweet features. I am very pumped to have this phone. I was just hoping one of those was in there too, and we still haven't found a Nokia 3300. All right, the smartphones are getting out of control here. Something on T-Mobile with a fingerprint reader. I don't know what it is. Super swollen battery. Just put that in the stack. Another Galaxy S3. We got a Galaxy S4. We have all the Galaxies in there probably. Walkie-talkie. Talk about T5720. You know this works. Honestly, like you put AA's in these and they just don't die. Check this out, an old NEC Max 920 nickel metal hydride battery. All right. So this is kind of a modern-ish beast. Pull-out antenna. I can't wait to dig in to that phone. That's gonna be really cool. A treat. A Galaxy 5. With a good screen. Look at that. Oh, no, it's broken. It's broken. I was just kidding. I went and thought it was good. This is in a OtterBox and it has exploded. Supcase actually. Unicorn Beetle is what it says on it. I don't know what this is. Some type of smartphone that has shattered. Very broken. Motorola G something. Looks like it's fine. Cool. Another Nokia that matches one of the first Nokias we pulled out. There we go. Exact same phone. No! Another iPhone, but this time the screen has been destroyed. This was an A1532. I feel like we pulled one of those out of here before. Very sad that that one is ruined. Ruined. Not just sort of ruined. Here we go, a color screen Nokia. This is going to be a cool phone to actually check out with a camera, a candy bar, 2-megapixel camera, a couple buttons that you squeeze or something like that to slide the bottom off here. Yeah, USB to charge. So this was a pretty modern candy bar, SIM 6301B. So that thing should come back to life. It has just Nokias just do that. They come back to life. We are out of desk space and we're not even halfway through this thing. Like not even halfway through. I think this is where we have to call it for today. But I did just find another hero phone, one that I wanted to find more than anything else. Another one my mom had that I grew up on, Snake One. This is a 5125 or something like that. 5170i on this one. Obviously, this is the real tank. Before the 6300 series, this thing ran the entire world. One of the battery contacts is ruined on this, but it looks like it may have been surviving. This phone is the original toughest phone on the planet. I bet we could go run over this with a car right now and it would be absolutely fine. It's already rough, but it's gonna come back to life. I'd almost bet on it. Express covers. If it wants to come off, there we go. Check it out. Cover pops right off. It's got a smiley face on it. I can't wait to dig into that phone. Like that is an awesome phone. One of the originals. So that'll be a lot of fun to take a look at. Anything else in here we have to do in this video? I don't know. I did just find another one of these. It's way down at the bottom. Here we go. Last one is one more rugged phone because rugged phones are honestly one of the coolest. This one's not very rugged though. This one it just looks broken. Very broken. It's missing covers. This one's been hurt, but it does look like it has a color outside screen, which is cool. Big old speakerphone on there, big old speakerphone button right in the middle of that thing. And let's see what it is. SCP-7300K. Well, that is our last phone we're gonna look at today. This will probably be the last time we just go wild opening up phones. I mean, maybe I could do one more and it might get through the box, but I don't know. I mean, we have scratched the surface of the box. I will show you guys just because I know you can't believe me. It doesn't sound possible that this came out of a box and we haven't scratched the surface, but it's just true. And this table's covered in dirt. I'm covered in dirt. I gotta wash up and I gotta start testing out some of these phones so we can start reviewing them. Like, it's gonna be so excited to dig into these things. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching Tech Throwback. I can't wait to see you on the next one.